Hi, this is Morley, and this is the M-Wire. Well, folks, do you remember when I was talking about how the ACLU basically was hired by Stacey Abrams and Fulton County, went through a temp agency and hired some ACLU members to be workers on the night of the E? Well, I'm going to show you some legislation right now that prohibits that. This is very compelling to say the least. And I've got some more information about something that happened that absolutely and positively shouldn't have happened. During the General E, Richard Barron negotiated with the ACLU to provide 255 deputy registrars to use eNet to cancel absentee Bs. During the runoff, this task performed mainly by smaller number non-ACLU deputy registrars. SHS received no complaints during the runoff about unnecessary wait times related to not having additional dedicated deputy registrars. Georgia law states that no deputy registrars shall engage in any political activity on behalf of a candidate, political party, or body in question, including but not limited to distributing campaign literature, engaging in any communication that advocates or criticizes a particular candidate, office holder, or political party or body, and wearing badges, buttons, and clothing with partisan messages. Now, having said that, the words conflict of interest readily come to mind here, that they just ran out and hired a bunch of ACLU for some of this. Some of them were non-ACLU, but there were quite a few that were. This is anything but okay, but we're getting to the best part here, folks. You stay with me now. A total of 49 deputy registrars were trained by Fulton County officials, yet 255 ACLU deputy registrars were active on E-Day for the General E per Carter Jones report. And most, at least over 80% of these, were deputy registrars, apparently not were trained in that function by the BRE. There was no effort by the BRE to identify and train the deputy registrars who act as de facto county employee officials with direct access to counter V roles on their personal devices. The deputy registrars working in the E had full access to the internet and had full access to e-records, and there are no records maintained that BRE shows 255 deputy registrars were trained. What could possibly go wrong? So they're basically covering their tracks that all these people had access to the internet. We know that nowhere can you have access to the internet for this. That is anything okay. This is a point of contention in Maricopa County. This is a point of contention here. And now, just wait, folks. Just wait for it. Breaking. Michigan Representative Steve Carra, Republican, calls for forensic audit of November E. Includes making sure machines were not connected to the internet. You see a pattern here, folks? These two articles came out today, by the way, in case you're interested. This is nonsense. We have 3 states now that were potentially, it's looking like Georgia definitely was by the sounds of that, but now Michigan, he wants an audit to make sure that no one was connected to the internet, among other things. I'm going to read a few excerpts of this for you. Today, conservative Michigan Rep. Steve Carra, Republican, proposed House Bill 5091 requesting $2.5 million to perform a forensic audit in the November 2020 presidential E and U.S. Senate E in the hotly contested state of Michigan. Representative Steve Carra appeared in an exclusive interview with Us Against Media in collaboration with 100% Fed Up, where he explained that he believes the forensic audit is necessary. Rep. Carra told Us Against Media's John Clore, "I think there's a system created that is very ripe for F. And by doing this audit, I think we can expose some of it." In addition to looking into a physical examination of the actual Bs cast in the November E, Kara's proposed bill also asks for several pieces of evidence related to the electronic V machines. Here's some of the things that he's looking for through this audit. A description of the software installed on each electronic V system and the name of the individual who certified the software. The name of the individual who examined the hardware configuration on each electronic Ving system. Whether any network communications were embedded in the hardware or any electronic V system. Whether an electronic V system was connected to any network from the date of the final test of equipment accuracy before the E until the date the E certification was issued. A detailed timestamp log of each V tally, transfer, and what the V tallies were during each transfer. Are you seeing a pattern here, folks? I mean, this is under question in Maricopa County. This is under question in Georgia. And now in Michigan, it's probably true too. There should be a forensic audit. I applaud this man for pushing for it. This is crazy. It's starting to look like, is it easier to find who was connected to the internet or who wasn't? That's the big question here. You all know that that is a big no-no. This is ridiculous. That's why I did these two updates together, because they're tied together. Like, this is almost starting to look like systemic. I mean, obviously, I can't conceivably prove that. But I mean, the fact that we're talking about internet access in 3 states now, like, seriously, people, look at this. Oh, man. This is egregious. Anyways, folks, I just wanted to bring you this other update here. I think this is very important information, and there is more information. I will be linking both of these articles in the description box, particularly the one in Michigan. There's a lot more you can look at, and I'm not talking about it because I need to keep my head down, as you're well aware. But thank you for coming along to this update. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so, and subscribe to my other backup channel, the MWire 2.0, which is in the description box. And like the video, comment on the video, and share the video. Thank you, and God bless.